Thank you for clicking on the video. Today, what I want to talk about is a cease and desist letter. I want to talk about what it is, how to send it, and what to include on the letter, what it does, and if you stay till the end of the video, I'll give a bonus on an example. I'll give you an actual template for a free one. So stay tuned. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector. I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. During that time span, I've done it all, from skip tracing to collecting to working in the legal department and management. Lastly, I've owned 2 debt collection agencies over the course of that time. During the last 8 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions about debt. Now, I want to be the go-to guy for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment. I promise you I'll answer those questions. Let's go. Number 1, let's talk about what a cease and desist letter is. Basically, it's a letter to stop a debt collection agency from calling yourself, friends, and family. Now, I include friends and family because of this. I don't know if you guys out there have owed on a debt and you may have received a call from either a friend or a family saying that some company was contacting you. Always said, as a debt collector and with the collectors, majority, probably 75% of the money that was made on the debt that we actually collected on was made from contacting third parties. Because a lot of times you as a consumer, you know that you owe the debt. But if I contact your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your cousin, your aunt, sometimes even ex-wives or husbands, a lot of times that's going to get you as a consumer like, hey, you don't want none of them called anymore. And so a lot of times I'll get you to pay. But this letter will obviously stop that with regards to that. Now, there are 2 ways to actually send the cease and desist letter. Obviously, you can hire an attorney, which is probably the most cost-efficient way, but it's more direct. Obviously, a debt collection agency receiving a letter from an attorney, it's going to take it a little more serious from an attorney. But the second thing, and it's not that difficult, is you can send it yourself, right? A lot of times when you send it yourself, you just want to make sure you include the date. You want to make sure you include any account number and which that they have on file for you. You want to include the actual debtor's name as well as, I said the account number. And you want to make sure you include those things in there because obviously if you just send a letter with your name on it, it doesn't have an account number. Most debt collection agencies, obviously, depending on the type of name that you have, it could be multiple accounts with that in there. So with that account number, which you can actually get, you can get your original account number from the debt itself, or you can get an account number from the letter that they actually sent you in the mail, an account number that reference the account for yours in particular. So that way, if your name is John Smith, there's probably, 4,000 John Smiths so that you can specify that it's actually you. So make sure that, you have those things in there. You include the date, the account number, your first and last name, and the debtor who actually was contacting you. If you don't have a debtor, the account number, the original account number, you can get it from your actual credit report as well, but you're going to have to specify the type of account, who it is that you are, and the type of account that you have. Now, key, do not admit to actually paying the debt or anything along those lines because that can hurt you later down the road. Now, number 3, what does a letter do? Well, basically, it's going to stop an agency from contacting you about the alleged debt, right? By law, they're allowed, but understand that that's not the end, right? So if you sent the cease and desist letter to an actual agency, it'll stop them from actually contacting you legally. They won't contact you, friends, or family regarding the alleged debt. But understand, they are, by law, allowed to send you one more correspondence with regards to what they plan on doing. So a lot of times when I'm talking to consumers and they're asking me about sending the cease and desist letter, I always ask, are you working currently? Do you own any assets? and to actually look up the company, because if the company has an in-house attorney, or if they're known for suing people, as soon as they get that cease and desist letter, they're not able, you lose your opportunity for them to contact you and to give you some type of settlement or to negotiate some type of monthly payment with regards to the debt. So sending that out is great because it's going to stop them from contacting you, but at that point in time, they may sue you. So if that company does sue, understand sending that cease and desist letter can in fact have that company come after you with regards to a suit. So as long as you understand that, with regards to that, I would do some research on the company, make sure they don't have an in-house attorney or they're not known for actually filing suits on accounts. Because if your account is in the statute of limitation, you send a cease and desist letter, just that, understand that opens you up to actually being sued. Okay. Another thing, if you sent a cease and desist letter to a third-party debt collection agency, and that account was sold to another third-party debt collection agency, you're going to have to send another letter to the other third party. Now understand, a cease and desist letter is only for third-party debt collection agencies. They're not for the original creditor. So you can't send it to Capital One because they've been trying to contact you and get in contact with you to pay. You only can send it to a third party, which is not the original creditor, an actual debt collection agency. Now, bonus, for those of you who want a actual copy for free of a template for a letter to send a cease and desist letter, I'm going to have down in the comments my email address. Send me an email. In the email, say cease and desist letter. And once I get that email, I promise you I'll send you an actual copy, the copy that I have with regards to a cease and desist letter. All you got to do is just plug in what you need to plug in, but I'll give you a template of one with regards to that. So you just have to send me an email. In the email, just title it in the subject matter, cease and desist letter. Once I get that email, I'll send you a copy of that template for you guys. Now, if you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise you I'll answer them. And as always, be great.